Hey everyone! So this is the first official video in the new apartment. You guys have probably already seen my apartment tour. If not, it should be the previous video to this one. I do apologize if there's like a blue tint. It feels like it's just like right over here on this side. I don't know why, but now I have two windows on either side of me that's giving me natural light, and natural light tends to be quite blue. And then I have my artificial light, which is quite yellow. So hopefully the lighting is a lot better now that I have some daylight. If it's too bad for you guys, I can always film at night with just my artificial and it'll be back to yellow. So yeah, this video, I mean, what better way to start in my new apartment than with a fashion video? It's, you know, who I am, it's what I love. I don't know why my camera is out of focus right now. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and fix that. Okay, my camera may be going in and out of focus. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, so this is going to be a fashion how-to, and I was really lazy today. I went to IKEA and got a bunch of stuff, and then we had to go to Walmart because we're going camping in 2 days, so we had to pack up some food and stuff like that. So I've been running around like crazy. My hair is a mess right now. So I didn't really feel like filming a too complicated fashion how-to video. I didn't want to try on outfits. It's really hot. It's the first time it's been like over 70 degrees since this whole winter. But now it's starting to act like spring, so it's 78 today. It's insane. So I'm a little hot and sweaty right now, so I didn't really want to try on outfits and do all that whole thing. Plus I haven't figured out a setup for it, and our room is a complete disaster due to moving. So I'm just going to do something simple. I'm going to talk about tips to organizing your closet. I may or may not add some footage at the end with my closet, like how I organize it. I probably will. Just to show you how I organize it, even though you've probably seen my I've filmed two closet tour videos, so you might have already seen that. It's a little bit different now. I have a nicer setup now because in our room now at the apartment is so much bigger than the house, so it's a lot nicer. Anyway, I'm just going to stop rambling. It's a 2-minute intro. Let's get to the actual fashion how-to video. So this video is going to be how to organize your closet, and I have 10 tips to talk about. I'm not going to say like number 1, number 2. I'm just going to talk about them because I don't know if they're necessarily all separate tips or anything. I have my laptop over here, so if you see me looking over here, I apologize, but all my notes are on my computer right here, so that is why. So let's get started with the first tip. Number 1, well, even though I just said I wasn't going to do that. Anyway, first thing is to try on things you haven't worn in a while. If you are in desperate need of a closet makeover, I really recommend trying on things or going through it and trying on things you haven't worn in quite some time. It doesn't always mean that you won't wear them again if you haven't worn them in 6 months. I do not believe in the rule that if you haven't worn them or like the previous season or something like that, then you should get rid of them. I don't believe in that because there are some things that I forgot I had and I haven't worn in a year because I forgot I had it. So what I would recommend is just going through and trying stuff on that you may or may not remember that you had, or you just haven't worn and you forgot maybe how it fits. Maybe it was the fit that you liked about it in the first place and you can't really tell that when it's hanging on a hanger. So I'd recommend putting a lot of things on, being, you know, your own model for the day and standing in front of a full-size mirror and really seeing the clothes, how they look on your body, and then that'll help you decide whether it's good for your body type or not. And if you need any tips on that, just go back to my previous fashion how-to on how to dress for your body type. I have some tips on that also. And moving on to the next one. I do believe if it's been over a year, you should give it away or donate it, even throw it away if it's too damaged, but I definitely recommend if it's been, you know, 2 seasons and you haven't worn it, like say 2 winters have gone by and you haven't worn it, you probably aren't going to wear it the 3rd one, unless, you know, you forgot you had it the whole time, if it was under your bed or something. That's a little different. But yeah, if you look at it all day or like you see it every day and you never reach for it, it's probably a good indicator that you probably aren't going to reach for it anytime soon. Those kind of clothes you should probably get rid of. Okay, so like I said before, if it's been 6 months, it might just be the season that passed. So say you haven't worn it in 6 months and it's like December. Well, it was summer 6 months ago, or spring 6 months ago. You probably weren't going to reach for it for a really chunky knit sweater during those months. So it doesn't always mean you have to get rid of it. It could just be the season that you're in. You know, a lot of people say that you should get rid of it if it's been 6 months. I think it could just be the season. It could be it was too hot to wear it the whole time, so you never wore it, but you really want to wear it in the fall. So, you know, it's okay to hold on to pieces that you think you may or may not wear and see if you do wear it. So if it's in the summertime and you're going through your wardrobe and you say, well, I don't know if I'm going to wear that this fall, you can hold on to it and just have a separate bag or a pile or a section of your closet where you're kind of iffy, and then see if you reach for them at all in the winter. If you know, or if you notice that you don't reach for them, it's probably time to get rid of them or part with them, donate them, you know, that kind of thing. When you're going through your closet and you're deciding whether or not to donate something or throw it away, really keep versatile pieces. So if it's like a garish sweater or something that you maybe outgrown, your styles have changed since the last time you wore it, like when you bought it, it was your style, now it's not. You can keep versatile pieces. Those kind of pieces, you know, the garish ones that you know you're not going to wear, they're totally not your style anymore, it's okay to get rid of those. But the versatile ones, like long sleeve t-shirts that have no decor or any pattern on them, those are really good to hang on to because you never know when you're going to need a long sleeve t-shirt. So, you know, camping, you never know. So, but yeah, you can always wear them again if they're versatile and they're just really simple, basic pieces. You never know when you might wear it again. The next one is to throw away any clothes that are stained or, you know, stretched out or ruined. You know, Goodwill's not going to want those pieces, so if you have anything that is stained or something, it's a really good idea to just throw it away. And if you have trouble doing that, have someone else throw it away. I know I've had to do that before because I didn't want to throw away my clothes, but it really is a stress reliever to get rid of all the extra baggage and the clothes that you've been hanging on to for so many years, and it just feels really good to just part with them and say, you know what, goodbye. Your closet will look so much more updated. It's great. Okay, so the next tip is to hang your favorite pieces where you can see them. So if you have a closet, the reason why I say that is because I have a closet now, and my fiance and I have split it in half, so he gets half and I get half. And my half's already full. He hasn't hung any of his clothes up yet because he's been doing laundry. But I also have a clothing rack because I have way more clothes than he does. So, you know, I hope he thinks that's fair. I don't really know how he feels about it, but yeah, I have a clothing rack and half a closet, completely stuffed. I have bags of clothes still. It's insane. So if you don't have a closet and you have like a clothing rack, you can also hang the pieces in the middle somewhere. I mean, a clothing rack is a really good thing to invest in because it's really nice to have all the pieces on display. But if you have a closet where the door is always shut, you can always hang your pieces somewhere where you look first, like in the center is generally where people will look first. So when you go in there to pick out your outfits and stuff, it's good to just have them right there so you can, you know, pick them out and you get inspired when you can see the pieces that you love. So that is why you should hang them where you can see them, because you'll just get inspired and remember that those are the pieces that you love. The next tip is to fold up what you can. If you have a dresser or shelving or something in your closet, some sort of storage that doesn't require hangers, I really recommend folding whatever you can. Your favorite pieces like jeans and stuff that you don't wear on an everyday basis, I really recommend just folding them up and putting them away, especially if, you know, they don't get wrinkled really easily, or things that you can just throw in the dryer real quick and won't damage them. Things like silk and dresses that can wrinkle are things you want to hang up regardless, because you don't want to fold silk. It's not attractive, you know, it wrinkles really easily, and drying it and washing silk is not always the best for it. So you want to make sure you take good care of certain fabrics, and it's really important to know what fabrics you have and also know the maintenance of them. So, you know, it takes 2 seconds in the store to just look at the tag and see what it's made of, and then you can tell from there. And I can do a separate video because I did take a textiles class at my school all on fabrics, you know, the making of it, every single type of fabric. I have a whole portfolio book of all the fabrics, and so I've just really gotten a lot of education on certain fabrics and treating them and how to wash them. And I am stupid sometimes and I throw in things like wool into the washer and they totally deform. I'm really stupid that way. But I could do a separate video, like a fashion how-to on how to know your textiles and how to know your fabrics, because it's really, really good to know that so you can really take care of your clothes to the best of its ability. And always follow the washing instructions on your clothes, because I forgot one day and I ruined a really nice cardigan that I really loved. Now it's all baggy and stretched. It's not good, so always follow that too. I really recommend displaying things that you love that aren't necessarily clothes. So pick out like 5 to 6 purses that you want to display, whether it's on a shelf or on the shelf of your closet. you know, just display a couple of your most worn things. And the same thing goes for shoes. If you have, you know, like 5 pairs of shoes that you wear all the time and it's really only those 5 pairs, I really recommend setting them out so you can display them and also so you can see them, especially if you really love them. I just think it's really nice to have something displayed of your fashion wardrobe, and I think it looks nice. So that way you can always see purses that you love, and for me it makes me happy when I can see the clothes and everything hanging, and I love it. It looks really nice. It just makes me really happy, but I'm just really obsessed with clothes and fashion, so maybe it won't make you as happy, but I really like displaying shoes and bags and things like that. Okay, so I already touched on the last thing. Invest in a clothing rack if you have space, because unless you don't like to display your clothes. If you don't like your clothes out in the open, then you know this tip's probably not for you. But if you have the space, I really recommend owning a clothing rack. I think they're really nice. IKEA sells them for, you know, 20 bucks, and they're really nice looking. The one I have is really old. I have to invest in a new one because I do not like the look of mine. But I really like having them because you can display your favorite clothes. You can see them all the time, and you know, your friends will see them, and you know, I just think it looks really nice. It looks kind of like a department store kind of thing. And if you haven't seen my rack, it has a shelf on the top where I put my favorite purses, and then there's space on the floor, 2 levels that I put my pairs of shoes that I love and wear all the time. So I really like displaying those things, and it gives you extra space. So if you have wall space that you can, you know, what's the word? Donate to your clothes, I guess you would say. I can't think of the word I wanted to use. But if you have space that you can use up for your clothes, then I'd recommend getting a rack and just having it sit there and hang your pretty clothes up, and so you can see them all the time. I think that looks really nice. So I guess that's all I'm going to talk about. I don't think I'm going to do my rack because, you know, you've already seen it. If not, you can go check out my other videos. I've posted 2 videos already of how I organize my clothing rack. When I do an updated apartment tour, I'll probably just show you guys then my new setup, but I did get really nice wood hangers, so all my hangers match now, and it looks really nice. I really like it, but the rack is still really ugly, so I need to invest in a nicer looking rack because this is just, it's not cute. So that's all I have to talk about for organizing your closet, and I hope this is unique enough for you guys to watch and get something from, because I know a lot of people, other gurus might have done videos like this before. I know I've seen them on YouTube before, so I'm hoping that these tips are somewhat different from theirs, and you know, these are my own personal tips on what I think about when I go through my closet when I have to, because right now I am going through all my bags of clothes and getting rid of a lot of clothes because I have way too many. And I really have to, because I have less space for clothes than I did at the house, but more room space. But anyway, it's confusing. But I don't have wall space, basically. I have a little bit of wall space, but most of it's windows and doors on all my walls, so that's kind of inconvenient. But anyway, that is it for my fashion how-to. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Look forward to next week, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.